NYPD Lieutenant Joe Cardinale. Greg, you and I have had the opportunity to talk a few times over this last week about this situation. What's interesting is, everybody deserves a defense, obviously. He's pleading not guilty. He's going to fight. He seems like a guy who likes attention. There are lots of Americans who go through serious surgeries. Don't murder somebody. Don't use it as an excuse. What are your thoughts so far on his manner and on his attitude leading into this?
Well, the outburst itself, Tammy, raises, to me, as a former trial attorney for the defense, a red flag. I'm sure the first move that the defense will do is to have him evaluated by psychiatrists to determine whether or not he suffers from any mental disease or defect so severe that he doesn't know right from wrong, which is, of course, the famous insanity defense. Or they may try something shy of that called diminished capacity. But you look at this guy, at some point in time, he became self-radicalized and a fan of the Unabomber Ted Kaczynski, apparently quoting at one point from Kaczynski, which is a false quote, that violence is not terrorism, it's revolution and war. That was not in the Unabomber's manifesto. So, I look at this guy. I'm not trying to make any excuses for him, but I'm telling you what the defense will do. They're going to say something is terribly wrong with him, and then they're going to find experts who will say exactly the same thing.
Joe, let me pick up on that because it occurs to me, he tried to say something in the courtroom. The defense attorney says, basically, stop talking, don't say anything. But he's got this cause that to some population is meaningful. They identify with it. They see him as a sort of hero or something. As you look at how the defense plays this out, do you see that factoring in here? And as the prosecution, how would you even think about that dynamic going into the trial if we get there?
Well, he sees himself as an everyday hero right now, that he's exposing the industry for what it is, for whatever reason. But if you notice that when he used the word parasite, he said parasites. I believe that he went to Altoona to do further damage, to do another possible crime over there. Because why take the gun with you? Why take everything with you and relocate? And remember, He's been there for a few days now. He's been there since the day of the occurrence over in New York here. But this guy here, make no mistake about it, this guy here is having his moment in the sun right now. He's using it to every extent that he can. And he used that moment to do because he knew once he got in court, he wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah. Greg, let me follow up here because when we think about diminished capacity or the nature of this attitude, that if you don't like what someone's done and you can disagree with someone or think somebody's done a bad thing, the notion of moving directly to murder as the solution, isn't that what we've kind of been seeing manifesting during this campaign season where you get Trump shot in the face, nobody changes their rhetoric, this idea that violence can be a solution to your problems?
I apologize. My audio has gone completely out. I know you're asking me a question.
It was a great question.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. My apologies.
It's all right. But I think that's kind of what we're dealing with in some ways is this generation thinking violence is going to be the way to solve a problem.
Well, and real quick, Joe, just to you maybe, if you've got audio there, we've got the Daniel Penny trial as well and the verdict there. What's next for Daniel Penny? Because it's kind of the flip side of the UnitedHealthcare CEO murder. It's the hero taking action on behalf of the community. But what's next for him?
He's going to try to get on with his life. I mean, he's been vindicated in the court of law. It just seems that a lot of people don't accept the court's verdict. We have instances on both sides. We had an officer in the Bronx once with East that was thrown through a glass table and bled to death in a family dispute. And everybody accepted the outcome of that where the person went free for that. So, the sense of violence is the answer to everything when they don't get their way on the other side is ridiculous. And you're going to see more violence because of that and because of the show that they put on after the verdict, what was put on outside over there. And then when you have people like Taylor Lorenz that's putting out
we're going to be getting to that. I think we're seeing this all over the place. Gentlemen, Gregg Jarrett, Joe Cardinale, thank you, sir. Both of you, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks very much.